Welcome to SavvyTalks, the podcast that explores the world of earning money online with your host, Kris Marie Dano. Each week, Kris brings you insightful conversations with experts and entrepreneurs from various industries, sharing tips, strategies, and inspiring stories to help you on your online money making journey. From managing your finances to developing a winning mindset, SavvyTalks covers all aspects of building a successful online business. So sit back, relax, and tune in to learn from the best in the business on SavvyTalks with your host, Kris Marie Dano.
Hi, welcome to another episode of SavvyTalks Podcast, where we talk about money, mindset, habits, and motivation. And today we have another amazing and awesome guest for this podcast. She is a sales and she's a sales coach for real estate agents in Dubai, and she has like 17 years of experience in sales and also public speaking. So, ladies and gents, let's welcome Olga Si. Hi, Olga. Thank you again for hopping on this call and sharing your thoughts about how to hire VAs. So, just to get started, we would want to know more about your backgrounds and anything about you.
Thank you, Kris. That was an awesome introduction. Hi, my name is Olga Si. I always like to say my name is Olga Si, like a Spanish yes. And you can always use this trick because the main impression and the ability to hook the audience in a public speaking or is just in a networking meeting is very important. People are going to remember you, your name, what you do, only if you a little bit stand out. And, you think about it, I want to be a person people want to be friends with. Okay, these things aside, I'm going to talk about myself a bit. I live in Dubai for almost 9 years, and I've been in sales and real estate for 17 years. The sales coach is a new journey for me. That came all through, challenges of being an entrepreneur, trying different things. And as you may be there yourself, not sure what to do, which business should you start, which project you want to focus, I was there. And the camera confidence, ability to speak in public is a skill that actually helped me a lot to go through the mud of the newbie entrepreneur.
Yeah, that's amazing. And I know how important sales is in any business at all. And that is really impressive. And with sales, how did you get into this industry? Did you started in a corporate, or did you take up a sales or like a coaching program, or how did you get into the industry in sales in general?
Well, I don't know, was that just a coincidence or as many of you may get into the sales job as the first job that you were able to get, because I became a real estate agent when I was still having my uni. So back then it was not that many options. Well, let's be honest, I was like I wanted to say 20 years ago, but that was just like 17 years ago. No, many internships available. So I started to be a sales agent in a real estate company, and then it just evolved. And basically, I've been quitting the real estate industry several times, but the sales is something that always stays with you. And whenever you're gonna go, whatever industry you're gonna be and whatever career you will choose, sales is something you will have to do consistently. First of all, you're always selling yourself on the interview or in any meeting and any negotiation. You are in need of the sales skills.
Yeah, that is absolutely true. And this also applies to any businesses, which of course, virtual assistants. And for someone who also hired one, and it can really get a little bit of intimidating for the virtual assistants or anyone who kind of like go and pitch their sales to someone who's also really know how the ins and outs of sales in general, how do you kind of evaluate, or what's your process in hiring a virtual assistant as someone who already knows, like how do you kind of like judge them or get to know their pitch, or which angle do you actually look into?
Well, as a real salesperson, I created a funnel in order to hire a virtual assistant. So I decided I don't have that much time. I don't want to read the CV, and the CV never represents the actual person. So instead of going for all of these challenges, I framed a very attractive and informational ad, which I posted on a Facebook. This ad had a link to the Google form, and the Google form was the sales funnel number one. So the questions that I asked, and the one specifically was very important for me, of course, your experience, of course, what do you think is the main qualities for the virtual assistant, but the one which I used to select who gonna jump on the next stage was, tell me about the failures in your previous career and how you dealt with that. And this only one question gave me an amazing understanding how the person actually operates in his head. Is he honest with himself, he or her? And if someone would say, oh no, I never had any failures, there was a no-go, there was a red flag. And if the person said, yeah, I had failures, I did this and that, and I understood now that, I will go ahead, be more specific and focus on XYZ, that gave me indication that this person is honest, confident, and able to learn through his mistake. And following through, there was another sales funnel, which I tweaked it because, to be honest, I was going for this process 5 times, guys. That's not a joke. So I had an option to purify the sales funnel for hiring a virtual assistant. And the second stage at some point was to record a video introduction and to post it on YouTube and send me a link. But the link has to be sent with a specific email. And not everyone was going through precisely for what I wrote. So you can imagine, I received only out of 100 people applied. In the end, I had like 2 or 3. And out of this 2 or 3, isn't it easier to select having a Zoom call with them? So if you're interested in having my fantastic method, I'm sure you will find my details and just drop me a message, and I'm absolutely happy to share the sales funnels that I created. And I think it's going to be helpful not only for the entrepreneurs and business owners who are looking to hire, but for assistants as well. Yeah. So they can see what potentially they will have to go through.
Yes. And you mentioned about like putting the failures, which is like the 2 components you also mentioned, like the video and also the part where they have to say about their failures and they have to be honest. And what about those who are actually really honest about their failures, but they weren't able to really state their own problem solving skills? Like, oh, I failed into this, I really did, and I didn't solve it, or I did compensate for it, but did not really get into the root of the cause. How do you get to know them? Do you also try to still get them to the next stage, or do you just like not get recognized or just let them go?
Well, everyone who wrote about the failures, they were on the next stage. For me, what exactly had happened was not that important, because I actually value my failures the most, and I kind of cherish them, because that was an amazing opportunity for me to grow and change and discover something. And only thanks to my failures in my entrepreneurship, I am where I am now. Yeah. Otherwise, I would be still considering staying, or because I left the real estate industry and decided to completely shift to the nutrition coaching. And I was a nutrition coach for a while, and I had so many failures on that road, which I'm so thankful to, because now I can not only talk about being in sales as a real estate person. I know how it is to be an online coach, and I know how it is to take up the business from a scratch. So anyone who is able to recognize the failure and to go through that and be honest. And put it out there is already on the different level.
Yeah, that is really amazing because transparency is also very important, which I really kind of also tell others who are like aspiring and reaching out to me. And that is what I kind of like value also. And like, yeah, you should really do this or be honest about things you have done or things, your skills, your uh whatever you know about the skills or the person that you're applying to, because that is important. And in terms also with the video, you mentioned that, and I know this because I've had some friends who are introverts and they have some problem with like speaking or like just getting into the video, and but they are amazing. Oh God, they're really good at what they do, but they are pushing themselves to get into the camera whenever they need to. Do you have any advice? And also, do you have any thoughts about those who are introverts? For example, they actually stated it in the filling up form. And what are your thoughts? Or like, how do you kind of like go through with them?
Well, I am not an introvert, but believe me, for me, becoming a camera confident was a huge challenge. It doesn't mean that you cannot be bubbly and confident in life, and then when the camera switch on, you're just frozen. You're not able to speak. You are not able to express your thoughts. They're all mixed up. You are not able to go from A to B. This is a skill. And I would say, out of all other skills that I had to develop through my career of working on myself and depending on only what I will generate, the camera confidence skills and aka public speaking, I would say it's the same, is the most important skill in a current world. Everything is going to the video. And I do understand that someone is an introvert. But I am actually developing my media coaching business as well. I am a media coach and I teach entrepreneurs and just anyone who feels he needs that to become a camera confident. And it's exactly as any muscle that you train in your body. Even if you're introvert, think about that. The same professional, the same expert is able to talk on camera and showcase their expertise, or he is not able to talk on camera. Whom do you think gonna, in the end of the day, or even in the end of the month, gonna make more money? Whom? Both. Despite how professional they both are the same. So camera confidence now and the ability to record yourself and bring your thoughts, not just anything, not just any video, not just video. No. Recording an expert content is the skill number one in the new era. Everything is going online. Everything. Any interview you will have to do online. So if you're extrovert or introvert, you have to have a switch. Like, okay, I'm switching now. I'm doing this because I have to. And the same as you not having the six-pack after one day being in a gym, or even 2 days or even 3 days, camera confidence is a muscle that you train through the months. For someone who is unconfident, uncomfortable, and shy, I have a perfect exercise that if you are persistent, wanna put you on a completely different level. And the beauty of it, it's only 2 minutes. It doesn't cost any money, doesn't require any skills, doesn't require any equipment. What is required is your dedication to yourself. So, how it is? I'm going to take my phone. First of all, you always speak on the back camera. Always, always, always. And that's going to be a huge difference. For me, talking to you like this, basically I'm looking at your mouth, or for me, talking to you like this. Whenever you see any content now, you will not pay attention or how the person professionally is doing the content. Then, back camera, you position the camera further away, so it's better to be seen up to the waistline and kind of a selfie zone with your arms and head, of course. And for 1 minute a day, you record yourself. You can talk about how your day was, what are your plans for the day, absolutely everything, whatever you want, you record yourself for 1 minute. You do not put the timer, you teach yourself to recognize the timings with the 1 minute. So in the morning or in the evening or wherever you have time, you put the camera, started recording, you recorded what you think is 1 minute, then you take a phone, press play, and for 1 minute, you just watch yourself on camera. You do not stop, you do not reverse, you do not think, oh my God, that's so ugly. What is it? No, you just watch. So this is 2 minutes a day, 1 minute to record and the other minute to watch. And then nothing else you need to do. You know what's going to be happening through this day after day after day activity? We all have a certain behaviors which we do not recognize, like whatever, I don't know, twitching the eye. So this is very visible on camera. And if you do not have the skill yet well developed, it's going to be not possible for you to stop yourself from this consciously. But if you will just 1 minute a day, look through your video, your brain is going to do magic. Without you even focusing on stopping any behaviors or trying to be more natural, you will see that after 2, 3, 4, 5 days, you are way more natural on camera. You feel calm. You actually, your conversation now makes sense. And you don't need anyone or even a media coach to help you with that. That's one of the tasks I give to my trainees for the first month. And if they are not doing this, they are not having great results. But if they are doing this, the results are amazing. You can basically go through the absolute muted person who's not able to even speak up to TV presenter confidence in just 1 month.
Wow. Yeah, and I know how painful it is to do that kind of a routine because I kind of did it, but in a different way. It's kind of almost the same, but I did it twice before when I really just started to get the confidence to be out there. And I know how painful to watch myself just getting into that and to actually finish the video also is challenging because I keep on having this thing in my head like, oh God, oh no, oh no. And that is a really problem for a couple of days. And yeah, it went out after a week or two, but the first week is just challenging. It was difficult to just get it through the day of like, I'm gonna do this again, I'm gonna see myself again. And that was for me because I was posting it also, and I got this to commit to myself that I have to. Like I really, if I record something, I have to put it out to boost my confidence. And for you, do you also advise them to do the same or just plainly record and have it for themselves?
Look, in the beginning, depending on how camera shy you are, those type of videos, you just keep it for yourself. This is just between you and your future, you know.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Belford, from the Wall Street, he's saying well, I might be not saying that correct, but I'm trying to be smart, but I'm not. Basically, remove all the bullshit which is standing in between you and your beautiful future. Well, that's it. You seems very confident, Kris.
Well, it
Right
was
now.
practice. It was just plain practice. I kept doing it every day, or at least a couple of days a week when I got busy and I was able to actually practice and manage it, and even went to ask someone to help me of like just one-on-one and also doing the videos. But it took some time. I did have like, I don't want to do this moment of like 3 days and then not doing it again and again. I want to commit again because it is what you said earlier, very important skills. No matter what you do, it could be profession, it could be you're doing a business, it could be something else in your life. And I believe that because I really went through it and it helped me so much in both public speaking and in both growing my business. And that's why I was really interested in getting into this interview as well, because I just saw that you were a sales and in public speaking and also in real estate because I have friends in real estate and I know how it is for them to just put themselves out there. And it feels like sometimes they also have the switch of we're friends. And then when they face a client or like a potential client, they have this type of aura that just eliminates the room of like confidence and like just knowing what they do. And that is so impressive to watch. And they also have their own kind of practice every day. And that is why it's like very interesting to know. And for you also who works in the same industry, what is it that gets you into like the system to really work well with the flow? Because I really noticed that you're very organized in terms of these kind of things. Like you, when you mentioned sales, like the funnel, I was like, oh, okay, this is like someone I want to learn more because there's like you have system, and I'm also kind of the same. I want to have like SOPs and just very organized in terms of different aspect in business and life.
Well, thank you for mentioning that I'm organized. I honestly consider myself not organized person at all. And I will show you, I have tons of notes on my wall,
Oh,
which I have, like a thoughts coming to me during my working days or when I'm in my bed writing
yeah.
down something after I read my entrepreneurship books. I would say the sales is all about the numbers. So if you don't know your numbers, if you don't know your tracking, if you don't know your KPIs, if you don't know your conversion, you are not doing anything. You're not able to understand and compare yourself a month ago with yourself now. And that's all going to happen only through understanding your conversion rate, your calls into meetings, your meetings into viewings, your viewings into their closing, hopefully. And there is, I was actually recording the reel right before we jump on the call, that as an entrepreneur and a real estate agent, you have basically the same type of, let's say, day planning. Because the agent who is even working in the company, of course,
Yeah.
it's closest you can get into being running your own business. So there is no one there to hand you over any client who is ready to buy. There is hundreds of agents there basically trying to hunt for the same business, but only those who are aware of who is in charge of your success. And this kind of switch, from getting into the victim mentality, talking about, oh, my leads are not good, or the company is not doing a great marketing, or the clients are doing this and doing that, and switch it into okay, what I have to go through the day in order to receive that commission. And it doesn't mean that you have to do just one action. It's a set of actions which, in this particular day, might seem like they're not getting you anywhere, not bringing any results. Like you have to do 12 or 20 or 30 cold calls.
Yeah.
You have to do 20 follow-ups. You have to do some emails. You have to text your clients regarding the rental renewals. So those things, in the end of the day, seems like, and I mean, I am into fitness and exercise big time, and I like to compare everything with more visible outcomes, because when you go into the gym every day, your abs again not going to be visible just after 1, 2, 3, 4 days. But if you are into this routine for 1 year, 2 years, the way you feel, the way you look is completely different. So now, if you've been in the business and doing all of these routines, cold calling, follow-ups, searching for a new business, networking, you have a completely different outcome from almost the same action. So if you, out of 20 calls in your first year of business, was able to create just one conversation, would potentially bring you the person as a warm lead, and the person maybe will buy from you in 2, 3, 4 months or a year. So now your conversion rate is completely different. But you only know that if you've been tracking it. And this is how our brain works. We need to see the results of our day every day. So you haven't got any money today, so you feel, oh, I'm just being non-productive. But if you just click 20 calls, done, follow-ups for 20 clients, done, networking, planning, done, emails to the clients, done, your brain thinks about you as of someone who is actually following through with the words, following through with a plan, and able to create a result. And then you basically start to base yourself on this foundation every time and every sphere and everything you do. So now you think about yourself, I haven't had a chocolate yesterday, so I am the person who's actually not eating chocolates. Or I haven't had a chocolate today, so I'm the person who's not eating chocolate as well. And if you haven't had chocolate for a week, now your identity shifts into the person who is, I don't think I even like it, you know? But that's not happens just with the click. With the magic click. It's an everyday work.
Awesome. And you mentioned about like having this kind of routine, and for virtual assistants or any business owners out there, let's say for example that they keep on doing the same thing and it's getting them results, tracking the numbers and all that, but suddenly in a span of a couple of months or a year it didn't work at all. How do you think, what are your advice for them to pivot or like to change or make a shift in their businesses?
Well, that's a very difficult question. When I start working with my new mentee, not for real estate, for the camera confidence, the first thing that I'm doing is I'm doing the decomposition of the personality and decomposition of the business. We are basically reassembling what the person is, what the person wants, which skill he has, which experience he has. And based on this, let's say, map, we understand if this, what you're doing now as an entrepreneur, is actually your calling. I know that sounds like it's a bit too much, but sometimes you stop and you follow up the wagon, not because you're bad or you don't have a consistency, just because what you're doing is not what you've been brought here to do. And as an entrepreneur, you're always going to push as hard and going to go push through any resistance if you feel that this is what I love. That happened with me, and this is what I did to myself. And I switched from being a nutrition coach to a media coach, and now I'm back to my roots. And as soon as I start, and as soon as I basically make a decision in my head, oh, this is what I love to do. This is just, see, how's it? it was like an elephant in the room. Everyone's seen that, but it was just only me who never seen that. So maybe as an advice, if you have those months, maybe it's time for you not to just to push through and just sit and reassess. What I'm doing is actually what I want to do. Is my experience is fully enhanced and fully employed, and this is what I'm doing. This is what I want to do as me as a person that I'm enjoying, as I'm creating a value for other people, and I feel that I'm living my purpose. And if you have some doubts, it's okay. And anytime to stop and saying, okay, I'm not a health coach anymore. I'm going to become a scientist. And it's completely fine. There's no one there to judge you because you live your life just for yourself as the main duty of you.
I love that. That is so inspiring. Passion can't always get you anywhere, but it is always a driving force to get you somewhere. And that is really amazing. And since we're running out of time, just going to go over the ending questions. Yeah. So, what's your favorite mantra?
I actually was thinking about that. My mantra, especially when I am into the victim victim field, because we all once in a while we're just like, oh my god, I feel so pity, I don't feel energetic. And that was happening to me yesterday. And I was like, why I feel so bad? I jumped into my 43rd year of life on 2nd of June. So I blame that. And today I had a great sleep, and I remembered what actually pushes me through. So my mantra is, this is only one life that you have. And how do you want to live it? You want to live it as a victim, or you want to live it as a champion? And my all-time favorite Pick Up Me song is We Are the Champions by Queen. Come on. You cannot be a victim listening to this song, is it?
Yeah. I love that. That's so perfect. And how can people reach you if they also need or want to reach out for the funnel, for the hiring funnel, or if they want to learn more about you, how can or where can people reach you?
I'm currently active on LinkedIn, and I'm currently active on Instagram, but LinkedIn is more for business, and I want you to know me more as a real person, because I talk a lot about myself. I talk a lot about living in Dubai. I talk a lot about entrepreneurship journey. My Instagram handle is Olga Si _official. And if you have any questions on how to start your camera confidence journey, I'm always having lots of materials, and I'm putting lots of reels, and you can just DM me, and I'm going to send you a couple of my lessons from my course, and that only already gonna move you forward into your power, because confidence is nothing less, nothing more but accepting ourselves the way we are.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you so much. And do you have any workshops coming or freebies that they might also be interested in to get into a wait list or any of that?
Yes, I'm thinking about doing the 7 days, like a more focus on the mental breakthrough work for introverts and someone who is completely camera shy. It's coming. I haven't done the waiting list yet, but just follow me. It's going to be there, and it's going to be amazing.
Perfect. Thank you again so much, Olga, for hopping on this call. I've learned also a lot of valuable insights with public speaking and just getting the system, and even the hiring process, which I'm also interested to improve mine. And thank you again. Have a great day, and see you again.
Thank you, Kris.
Thank you.
That was a pleasure talking to you, and I can see your business growing, and I am proud of you reaching out, and the way you approached me was very, very professional. So absolutely the best of luck for you and your business.
Thank you so much.
That's all for today's episode of Savvy Talks. We hope you enjoyed the conversation and learned something new to help you on your online money-making journey. Don't forget to subscribe to the podcast so you never miss an episode. And if you found today's episode helpful, please leave us a review. Thank you for listening, and we'll see you next time on Savvy Talks.